Welcome back to Riftwalkers. We'll be continuing with our previous obligation and destiny points as we established last episode, but we're going to jump right back in to the first night of this grand gala happening in the Palace of Aiden Selk. The party, having just concluded their first dinner, is free for the evening. Sirocco was led away by an attendant, and Koko has just excused herself as well, leaving Finn, Kel, Fatima, Arnor, and Bread in the dining hall, where other guests have congregated as well. One of them actually starts inching a little closer to you all. You recognize him as Kellen Aragon, the man who is sharing in your little guest wing rooms. And he's nervously holding his wine glass. He looks kind of just out of place here. He's a bigger guy. He seems more down to earth. And he just gives a little chuckle and works his way over to your circle and says, I mean, I don't know if y'all can blame me, but I feel a little out of place here. I couldn't say for yourselves. Y'all look fantastic. Y'all look fantastic. Don't mind me.
Bread looks at his doctor uniform.
Now that actually, and he'll look at Bread, kind of off of your own look. That is an interesting attire. I've seen that a few times before. Nowhere near here, mind you. But, you all well-versed in the medicinal arts?
I'm a plague doctor. Hi.
Far as I heard, no use of that here.
No.
Interesting. What did you say?
Definitely. I've been curious about it, but nobody wants to give me a straight answer.
Who says there's an answer to such things?
There's always an answer.
Well, why does one get sick and die and one lives through the night?
Do you want to have a medical-physical debate? Hang on, that's not what the word is. Metaphysical is the word.
I like the medical-physical debate, actually. I think that's really applicable to this particular
Bread
conversation.
is inventing a new field of study.
Bread squares up and raises his fist. Oh, yeah.
Do you want to have a metaphysical debate with me?
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's not by merit of the doctor or the attendant or whatever, or that it's left up to simple chance or fate. I'm only saying perhaps there are things outside our knowing.
Bread gives him a look that is like, where do you want this conversation to go, my friend? He is not in the mood to be pushed and pestered and, beat around the bush.
And Kellen gives you a look that says, play nice now.
I think there's a reason for everything, whether or not that reason is beyond our comprehension.
Well, I suppose that depends on the limits of one's comprehension, no?
Certainly.
Certainly. Who's to say there are limits? And he'll just lift his glass a little, and he'll turn, and he'll walk over to some other circle.
Oh, Bread withholds an entire lecture on sensation and perception and how the body can only perceive specific stimuli because of XYZ thing. He wants to get into it with this guy and just is like, it's not worth it. Don't do it.
Well, actually, the inner Redditor of Bread.
Yeah.
Brett's just a Redditor.
Oh my god, why does that track?
Redditor.
r/bread.
Ooh, ouch. I took psychic damage from that.
After he leaves and Bread is kind of having this internal conniption fit with himself,
He's not having a fit. He's calming himself down.
Finn, whatever it is, Finn is going to stand up from his chair, just kind of look around at all of you. I'm going to go back to the rooms. Kill, would you mind accompanying me?
She's got a fork halfway to her mouth. Sure? And I'll put it down, and I will actually slide my plate to Arnor this time, just to give it to him.
All the
just
way there.
I've been pushing it away all night. It's half eaten. I haven't finished my meal, but I will stand and accompany you.
And on his way out, Finn just kind of lightly taps Fatima's shoulder and just says, the company was something. And
Why is he even trying?
Oh, darling, do invite me again next time.
I love Finn.
An attendant at the door will say, if you'll follow me, sir, I can bring you back to your rooms.
he will just nod.
And you set off into the dark halls, following this servant carrying a candle.
It's just Fatima, Arnor, and Bread left in this room.
Correct.
Does anybody have any idea where they're going?
I certainly don't.
I thought after our dinner here we were going to speak with Koko.
Well, that is what she asked.
But is that what we want to do?
Well, we've promised to be obsequious, so I don't see why not.
I would like to figure out what our friend was wanting us to accomplish with her. I still have half a mind to take her back to Iris now.
To be honest, I'd like some answers out of her. I don't know that we've even really scratched the surface of what's actually going on here. I'm not saying that we don't haul our ass back to Iris eventually, but aren't you curious, Arnor?
Oh, I am very curious. I just know that she is quite the slippery one, and what she chooses to reveal is gonna be about as helpful as our heavy-plated friend.
Suppose you're right.
But perhaps you are right. That is the main reason why I still go along with this idea that is maybe a little bit outside of our original mission.
If she has information that's true, that brings the Ironwood Company into question, do you know what you're going to do?
It depends on what is coming into question. Whether or not Koko would be able to help me, I would like to know more about the crest on my shield that our friend said to keep hidden. But whether or not that has anything to do with what our Vipers have been spouting against the Ironwood Company, I have no idea. And it would be nice to have some answers. I think Iris knows more than she tells us, but maybe not much more.
Bread will nod.
Well, as soon as you all are finished, we can go. Unless you have other business to attend to.
My only business is not getting jumped in the hallways, so I'd be grateful for your company.
Fatima?
Well, I did originally intend to whittle the late hours away, dancing and talking and enjoying my time, but I don't think it's wise to have myself walk through these giant halls all alone. If you would give me your arm, I think I will accompany you.
Very well, even though I don't think you'd run into much trouble, considering your condition.
Do you know how bad it hurts to die?
No, but you seemed awfully willing to let those two test it out on you.
Fair point.
Let us be on our way then.
An attendant will meet you at the door, candle in hand, and say, "If you'll follow me, I will take you back to your wing."
Thank you.
Now,
Sirocco comes back from the bathroom and everybody's just gone.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
funnily enough, Sirocco never went to the bathroom, did he, Noah?
I'm shocked.
Who would have guessed
Gobsmacked.
that he did not go to the laboratory?
He did go to the bathroom, to the physical location, where the attendant dropped him off. And from there, made his way back to the rooms.
Did you sneak past the attendant? Or because the attendant would have then escorted you back to the room afterward.
Also, yes, Sirocco would have tried to get sneaky with it.
Why don't we roll a 2 difficulty stealth? And I'll give you a boost because it's pretty dark.
And this is why I wanted to bump my stats in between episodes.
I'll only be happy if Sirocco has Skyrim stealth abilities. You hit the dude.
Who's there? I shoot an arrow at the attendant and wait for him to go back on his patrol.
Must have been the wind.
I got 2 success and an advantage.
All right, you sneak out positively undetected as you work your way back through the hallways. I'm going to make you also do a 2 difficulty with a setback coordination check just to get back to your room.
Can I use my advantage to help me out at all in that coordination check, or?
No.
Dang.
That advantage is going to leave the attendant there basically the whole night and not go looking for you.
It was the lobster.
It was the deconstructed salad.
And he's going to return to the attendant's servants' quarters barracks and we're like, "Hey, Dave, how was your shift?" He's like, "I think a guy died in the lavatory."
In the laboratory.
It's been hours.
Okay, you said that is 2 difficulty coordination.
Yes.
Sirocco got 1 advantage.
No, that's it. Everything else canceled out.
Everything else canceled out.
All right. It takes you a little longer than you anticipated then, but you are able to get back to the room probably 5 to 10 minutes before the next member of your party arrives. I believe that's Finn.
Finn and Kel.
Finn and Kel, yes.
Okay, as soon as he gets back to the rooms, he is going to make a beeline for Finn and Bread's room.
Oh.
Sneaky son of a gun. Finn's got it on him, though.
Is it locked?
I'll let Finn and Bread decide.
Bread would not have locked it.
Finn only locks it when he's in there.
Then Sirocco is just going to slip in, and he's going to very quickly look around and see if he can find where Finn would have stashed this little device. Any nook or cranny, drawers in like a little writing desk or something.
Where would Finn have put it, Brett?
I believe in the last episode, he tucks it into his vest pocket, so he has it on him.
However, as Sirocco is poking around to really no avail here, I'm going to flip a story point for the GM here. And if Finn were to check his vest pocket, he might find it conspicuously lighter on his way back, because a voice comes from behind Sirocco and says, "Are you looking for this?"
Oh, you
A Koko. Yes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this isn't your room, is it?
No, but it's not your room either, and that is definitely not yours.
This is true.
So,
what do we do here? It's funny, the amount of honesty that's needed to really work effectively as a cohesive unit. Soldiers, spies, mercenaries, difficult professions to garner a mutual trust in, wouldn't you say?
perhaps, but everybody has their secrets, and I think in this group we are all somewhat okay with not knowing everyone else's secrets.
Perhaps, though I think some secrets, Sirocco, are more damning than others. Wouldn't you agree?
And what makes you think the fact that I am looking for this would be kept a secret? Finn already knows that I am somewhat impulsive and that I am looking for investors. I just want to show perhaps a potential investor, perhaps against Finn's will, a certain device that could be quite lucrative with the right backing.
Yes, you are always after the next little penny, are you not? The House Castellan fortune, with your frugality, must be immense at this point, is it not?
Is enough for my needs?
Of course.
Well, currently.
A man of ambition, no less. It would take quite a bit of capital to erect such a noble house as House Castellan, no?
To establish a new house on Viridian would take quite a bit of doing, quite a bit of resources, capital, as you say.
Of course. To build anything from nothing, invent it out of whole cloth, one might even say. Quite the feat.
I am afraid I do not follow you, Lady Koko. Or, well, we both know that is not true.
Perhaps.
So, the question remains, what will you do now?
Who knows?
We can think about things logically. You can try to expose me to the group with whatever information you think it is that you have. You can try to discredit me. But I think for our own good and your own good, is best if we all play nice. Because Aetherward has sent us here.
Oh, my Sirocco, I completely agree. I'll let you keep your bauble, and she'll hold up the little device. And should I need anything of House Castellan, I'm sure perhaps your brother would be forthcoming. But no, you, my dear boy, you owe me something much, much greater, and you know what that is, don't you? Something that philosophers and scholars and priests for untold millennia have sought to put a price on, a value, if you will, and I dare say I don't think they've ever come up with one.
Well then, Lady Koko, what is the price that you would put on such a thing? What is the price that I must pay now?
Oh, no. Not now. I'll collect all in due time. But the Sanguine have a saying, and she'll toss the device to you very nonchalantly as she heads for the door. It's a little almost out of reach, so you kind of duck to catch it before it breaks upon the ground. Blood for blood. Your friends are on the way. Meet me in my room when they arrive. And she'll exit. About a minute later, Finn and Kel enter the wing.
Is the attendant still leading us, or had he kind of left us and we're just walking down the hallway?
As soon as you got to the little like common area where you met up with Arnor and Koko, then he'll leave you. This place is like well lit. There's the like adjoining lounge area and little cafe that's closed at these hours, but then it's just hallways that go out to a couple different guest wings, and you can easily find your own.
Okay, perfect. So it's probably just a couple minutes walk from there to where our rooms would be.
Yes.
Okay. Finn doesn't strike up any extremely stirring conversation with Kel at this point.
Shocker.
But he does just say, as the attendant leaves and they're kind of making their way back to the rooms, he just says, I found your responses to that game more interesting than others, Kel. Perhaps at another time we can discuss this veil worship. Whether it was for show or no, I have questions.
She looks genuinely surprised to hear that. And she's got, like, good furrow going. She's genuinely confused. And she'll say, all right, if you have questions, sure. I'll answer what I can, but I don't really know what made those answers stand out more than anything else anybody else said, but all right.
In time. I'm sure we will find a quiet moment during the course of this weekend to discuss. If you will excuse me, I must swing by my room for just a couple moments before we go and return to Koko. And he will make for his room at that time.
Now, real quick, Ryan, for just for the sake of this, we were finishing up dinner when everyone left, or were we still like halfway through our meal? Because we were supposed to meet with Koko after dinner, right?
It was all done. You had dessert.
Okay, so we didn't leave like particularly early or anything.
No, you left at the appropriate time.
Okay, so I'll say that Kel will... You know what? I don't think she does. I don't think Kel goes back to her room. I think she waits in the hallway to see when Finn comes back out and to see if Koko shows up in the hallway. She'll wait in the hallway.
I'll flip a story point if I have to, but with Koko's little warning that everybody else was on their way, Sirocco is gonna slip out of the room pretty quick. He would check the hallway first to see if anybody was like immediately there. And if not, then he would go and make his way to his room.
No, you can do that all in the clear.
Okay, nice. So he's just gonna slip out, and then he's just gonna wait behind his own door and listen, and kind of wait until he hears everybody kind of walking past towards Koko's room.
You hear a pair of footsteps arrive, and then one door open and close. As then a couple more minutes pass, and Arnor, Fatima, and Bread arrive, you see Kel just waiting patiently in the hallway.
Oh dear, is there a reason you're waiting in the hallway? Must be terribly uncomfortable.
In this lavish place.
This beautiful chateau, like, she's fine. She's kind of like posted up against the wall. She's kind of leaning on it, kind of like casually, but she's got like a very vigilant look going. She's watching the hallway, and she'll kind of turn at your approach and say, oh, well, Finn just went to his room, and I'm just waiting to see where everyone else is, and, you know, I wanted to make sure everyone got back to their rooms okay.
We were just on our way to go speak to Madame Koko, if you'd be interested in joining us. I'm sure she has something that she would like to pontificate about.
I suppose you all could start knocking on doors, as we don't know which one is her room, but I need to grab something from mine.
While everybody is doing their stuff and Sirocco is listening and hearing kind of like the muffled voices and footsteps, he gets a little idea, and he is going to go change his pants into something noticeably different.
Okay.
Oh, Sirocco.
Oh, he shit himself.
That's your cover story?
That's so embarrassing.
Oh my god, he's just taking all sorts of L's tonight.
He'll do what he has to.
That's hilarious.
Once his pants are changed and the device is safely stowed, he will exit his room and he will say, I have returned, to whoever's in the hallway. I guess just Kel.
And Bread. And
Fatima.
And Arnor.
And Arnor walking to his room.
Have a little accident, Sirocco.
What do you mean?
You changed your pants.
My other pants did not suit me anymore. I will speak on the matter no further.
Little too much at dinner then.
I told you I would speak on the matter no further. Now, Arnor, why do you not go prepare yourself for your evening with Lady Koko, okay? She is not the only one sporting cleavage tonight.
A little jealousy in your voice, Rocco.
Kel is hiding a laugh behind her hand, but very badly.
Brett is not hiding his laughter at all.
Arnor, you are still here. The clock is ticking. Please, we do not have all night. And he's going to pointedly turn away from Arnor.
At this point, you'll hear the 5 lock clicks undoing from Brett and Finn's room, and Finn will just step out.
Brett shakes his head and rolls his eyes like, what? Why am I his roommate?
And he'll just see the group of you gathered there, sans Arnor, and just say, well, hopefully he is quick, and then we can go see Lady Koko and go to bed. Do we know where she is?
We know which rooms aren't hers.
Yeah, there's only one room that you know is not
Yeah.
occupied here in this wing.
Brett is a smart person. He will go to the door.
He's a doctor.
He's the doctor.
It's not locked.
He will knock, but we'll just walk inside.
Koko is just sitting on a stool near a desk at the far side, or the terminal end, under a window, legs crossed and waiting, kind of leaning back on the desktop, just elbows out. Very casual.
As Fatima walks in, she, sees Koko just kind of chilling. She's like, "Oh dear, that is just a truly stunning haircut. You must tell me, how do you keep that volume with such a boisterous amount of hair?"
Some people, my old dear, just have it, and some don't.
Oh, you do, my friend.
I kind of vibe with Koko, and I don't like that.
After everybody's already gone into the room with Koko, Arnor comes out with his shield, and he's like, where the frick did everybody go?
Well, then hearing Arnor in the hall and seeing everyone else in her room, Koko will just yell, Arnor, this way, and shut the door as you come in.
Arnor, he's going to pretend like nothing happened, and he knew where he was going the entire time.
Play cool.
He'll go into the room and shut the door.
Well, quite the den of snakes I found myself in, no?
Well, I do think you are the snake, my dear, and they are the wolves, but we'll see how good your venom is.
Indeed. You must understand something. You're here because you want to be here. You could do as your dear handler would most likely advise, and kill me, gag me, what have you, capture me outright and bring me to her and ship me back to Vranaros for Gomon's pleasure. But I trust with what Ethelward has told you, or what I'm now led to believe, what he's not told you, that you know there's more at stake than simply the Ironwood Company, and that the Vipers are were working, at least, to remedy such problems.
My question is this, first and foremost. If the problem was indeed of such a grave and serious nature, what made you disband from this cause? Each one of you, for one reason or another, has abandoned this purpose.
We're not all cut out to be the heroes of legend, dear Phineas. It's a great deal of pressure, a great deal of hurt, mind you. Some carry on, yes. I know not who. Korvac was the first to leave, once things began to be revealed in full. But by that point, we'd already killed our handler and made off with, well, what Hector wanted most. Ethelward was next. I believe for him, at least, it was simply easier to follow orders than to give them. Though I understand he's running a profitable little band of mercenaries and ne'er-do-wells, or perhaps the opposite of whatever that is, somewhere up the western coast. I'm sure he'll live and die in relative, well, I wouldn't say peace, given his profession, but as for myself, there were other matters that I could not reckon with. Even the Vipers, you must understand, have done things, unspeakable things, and I'm just trying to make a little bit right of everything I've said wrong. Now, I don't expect you to trust me, although I'll admit the whole lot of you positively beleaguer me with your obstinance, but you must show a little faith. Take this as a measure of my goodwill, for starters. And she'll hold up a hand, palm upward, and every single one of you feels this painful, like, pinprick, as if the same procedure was being done when you entered this compound, this palace, if you remember. Has anyone ever gotten like a CAT scan before? Like where they put the stuff in your blood and then they like read it on a scanner? It's a strange feeling. It's like your blood feels hot and it's running through you, and this is what that feels like, but it's pretty localized. It's like you can almost feel this bead of warmth travel from all over your chest to one concentrated point, and then down your arm, and then it manifests as this little like black globule in your palm. And then Koko will shift her hand into a fist, and all of these little drops of blood will gather into her hand, and then just like run inert down her wrist and her arm and then drip onto the floor, and she kind of admires it a little, strangely lost in her own world for a moment before she looks at the lot of you again. There. Now, whoever's running this little affair won't be able to know exactly where you are at all times and places. Isn't that comforting? It is an ingenious invention. Phineas, I'm surprised you don't inquire more after it, though I doubt you ever concerned yourself much with sanguine engineering. Now, you must understand. As I said, I'm here to do right by my previous wrongs. Trust me if you will, distrust me at your peril. Though I will make you understand this. The Vipers were put in a series of precarious positions during our time with the company. We grew very close, as friends, confidants, sometimes more. But too often, the left hand was kept in the dark as to the right's dealings, all by Gaumond's designs, mind you. I do not doubt that the very same has transpired with a lot of you. Perhaps not the closeness bit. You all are a bit adversarial still, but don't worry. You'll warm up to each other in time, no doubt. Keep playing that little game of yours every night around the campfire, and I'm sure you'll be, well, juggling in no time. However, let me ask you this. Your handler, do you trust them?
Sirocco obviously shakes his head no.
Edis is useful, and we are occasionally useful to her. It is as simple as that.
Oh, that's simply not the answer to the question I asked.
Trust has nothing to do with it.
So you say.
I trust her about as much as she trusts us, which is to say not at all.
Are you quite so sure of that?
Well, experience shows.
I trust that she does what she does for the good of the Ironwood Company.
And is the good of the Ironwood Company what's good for you? What's good for Vernaros? What's good for Viridian? What's good for every living being here? Or is it simply what's good for profit?
Profit never hurts, but I don't know if I can accurately judge that. You and Aethelward and Korvac have been very unhelpful on really enlightening us what these wrongs that the Ironwood Company is doing.
I will lay it out as plainly as I can then for you right here and now, though keep in mind this does not extend to the upper echelons of even my cohort. Velson, Morgan, Zarya, they toil still to dismantle the worst of Gaumond's plans. I have busied myself with the scraps because I dare say I cannot stomach much more, but it is so. The Ironwood Company started a war on Viridian. I seek to end it.
War against whom?
Might I answer a question with a question, Phineas?
It sounds like you are going to regardless.
I do have my ways. Do you know who was here before us?
Natives, I assume, as any land would have it.
And it took us how long to come here and to find that out?
Is that known, like, historical thing of, like...
You know that the Compact's been on Viridian for, like, at least 100 years. It's really not clear.
And it's been, like, 600 years since the God's Fall event thing.
Yeah.
A couple hundred years, so history goes.
Yeah, so history goes. But the war is not between us and who came before. It's between us and who came after. For you see, we were not the only ones to arrive on Viridian at this opportune time for conquest. No. She looks more squarely at Finn and Sidraco and Bread, and she takes her other hand and just runs it along that black blood that's now drawing on her arm. And she smiles a little bit. She says, I saw something, the faintest little glimmer of them through your eyes. You've seen them, these invaders. Though, mind you, they would call us the very same. Something was stolen from them. That thing is here. I'm not sure when or if it will be revealed, but I know for a fact that it is being kept in this palace, and I mean to retrieve it.
Who obtained this object in the first place? Was it your group, or others from the Ironwood Company?
Well, I'm sure many would think them an object. However, I cannot answer your question with any certainty. I only know what little it was that I played in the sparking of this conflict. I cannot tell you why Hector Gaumont and the Ironwood Uppers seek to cause conflict between the Compact and another force that seeks to safekeep this land, but I can make conjecture, none of which would be helpful here. I am simply focused on the facts, what I see before me and what must be done.
What do you plan to do with this object once we have retrieved it for you?
Set it free?
Perhaps it is this object. Could it be the prisoner that Etherward mentioned?
Oh, so he did tell you something. Good. I was beginning to think you were all witless buffoons.
Well, perhaps myself, but the rest of them simply forgot.
Was that your original purpose then from Hector? To instigate this war?
We played a part in it, though I do not believe, or I'd like to believe, that it was not our direct hand that dealt the killing blow that set this entire thing in motion. But I have enough sins upon me to know that you heard my two truths, didn't you?
I just don't understand why any of this made you change. All my life I heard of the Vipers being a fearsome and almost ruthless group. Why should I believe that you care so much? You are a mercenary. You did things for money. Now you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Says the literal child of propaganda, plastered so blatantly on the big hunk of metal he carries around.
I did want to ask about that. Aetherword said to keep it hidden, but I have no idea what the blazes it means.
Oh, no one's told you? Fatima dear, why don't you do the honors, well informed as you are?
Oh, no, I did mean to mention, the symbol you carry promotes certain groups in the kingdom of Rekia that believe the Demlik people are not given as much respect as they might deserve, to put it kindly.
So you're telling me there's a group of Demlik people out there trying to assert their dominance that I have never even heard of before?
Yes.
Well, obviously it can't have been a very good group.
A person might take umbrage with their methods. They are, forceful, to be generous.
So, does this mean that I'm part of some group that's trying to overtake everyone?
You are part of what you are part of. You're merely carrying a shield that implies that you are part of that.
The shield that was found with me as a child.
Yes, you've been carrying it quite a long time. I'm going to guess you have a little bit of a reputation by this point.
Perhaps your dear departed parents had a change of heart once they saw your budding little cheeks.
I suppose it is good to know this information, but I have no idea what this emblem could even mean for anything in the world. I've never even gotten a glimpse of what this could possibly mean in my entire life. So how is it that this was so big or so known, and yet it is unknown to me?
If only one were capable of extending that logic a step further to the Ironwood Company as a whole, then I think my point may have been made.
Personally, I do not see the big problem, aside from inconvenience to the group, but do we not all come from checkered pasts? Do we not all have things that we would rather leave behind us?
So what is it you want us to do?
Attend the gala, of course, make merry, make light, have a drink here and there, find some fun, roll around. But when the time comes, perhaps tomorrow night, perhaps the night after, as I said, When they choose to deal their cards, we must do the same. Until then, keep on your toes, and know that you are all in grave danger. A little less now, she'll point to the blood on her arm, thanks to yours truly. But you must know, the moment you stepped in here, someone, somewhere, had every intention of keeping you from leaving.
Well, that is both ominous and, again, highly vague. But we will keep our eyes open.
I do not mean to be confusing. You must understand, the less you know, the more protected you are. I don't want you to make the same mistakes the Vipers did. Yes, I know the adage of repeating history, but if you don't even know it at all, perhaps there's room for an entirely new path, and you aren't constrained to the same thoughts, the same inclinations as those that came before you.
Perhaps. Now, do you have any other gleaming tidbits of wisdom and information for us, or am I free to go to bed?
You're well and excused, old man. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning, though.
Yes. And he will excuse himself to go to his room.
Don't lock all those locks before I get back.
Be quick about it.
What a douche.
You two are like the worst roommates.
Yeah, you invited me to be your roommate, you jerk.
Here's your curfew, Brad.
He is old enough to be your dad.
Is that true? How old is Finn?
He's
like
62.
Yeah, it's like he's late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah,
Brett
he could be Brett's dad.
Yeah, he's definitely old enough to be Brett's dad.
Brad's what, 30?
Yeah, 29.
All right, so Finn is gone.
He out.
Brett has made himself comfortable as if to signal to the rest of the group that he intends to stay to talk to Koko. He probably doesn't want them there.
Fair enough. Picking up on that, Fatima kind of looking at Brad, looking at Koko, seeing, the postures, right? She says, well, I do know where I'm not welcome, so I might see myself out. Koko, it has been an absolute delight. I find your company at the both time refreshing and exhausting. So I will retire to my own bed. As I said, not a night has been slept through in the last few hundred years. So best to get started early. I might be able to get 2 shifts in.
Kel will put a hand on Bread's shoulder and get ready to leave. Give it just a gentle squeeze just to let you know that she's there and say, if you need me, I'm just down the hall. And then I'll take my leave.
Brett will nod appreciatively.
Yeah, as people are departing, Sarako will stand up, kind of adjust his clothing, give a quick nod to Koko, and then he's going to head out. A super quick question. This device, is it small enough to fit under a door?
Can it fit in a bread box?
20 questions.
You tell me, Brett.
I picture it almost like a test tube, like a test tube vial thing. Maybe a little thicker, but then it's kind of got just some little extraneous pieces.
So it's a baby void cell.
I see. So not thin enough to...
Unless the carpenter was really bad, probably not thin enough.
There's like a 4-inch gap at the bottom.
The doors in all these rooms are actually like bathroom stalls.
And there's like a gap in between the hinges. No. Since the device does not fit underneath the door, Sarako will go ahead and just head back to his room.
Arnor is not paying attention and is deciding whether or not to take what he has just learned to be true.
Mm.
He's like, Koko brought it up, but Fatima was the one who delivered the thing.
Yeah.
The news. So he's a bit engrossed.
So Brad just turns and says, Arnor, leave.
I'm kind of hoping to have one-on-one.
No.
Don't think she's interested in the bread Arnor sandwich. I think we're going to need to...
Brett will sort of clear his throat after a moment has passed.
After the clearing of the throat, you get no response. Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, Arnor's just awkwardly sitting on the couch.
Staring at his shield in the corner and Brad and...
Koko looks at Brad and notices the pose, the expression of I'm not going anywhere until I have some more answers.
Yeah.
And then over to Arnor to read probably a similar thing. And she just looks between you two and says, so, juggling, is it?
That's so good.